your time.
What am I?
The latest rusher.
The latest rusher.
Like
Guys, welcome back. I'm the latest rusher. Sounds like I'm Russian.
The latest Russian.
The latest Russian. Just
Dude.
kidding. I'm full American, and we are at American land in Outback, Laurinburg, North Carolina. Homie is ripping the dirt bike. Today, we've got the 222 X3s, 2 different models, and that's what we're going to talk about today and give you the rundown on what you should buy. Miller! You dickhead! Miller got dirt all over my truck. Ready, set, go! Oh, I had him all day. I think I just got a better start though. Anyway, I wanted to make a video today. I already made the Renegade video this morning, but I want to make a quick video just talking about like the differences of these 2 different Can-Ams. They're both 2022s. They're both 200 horsepower. They're both turbo RRs. So really the difference is XRS and DS. There's a handful of differences with that. And we also have a handful of different upgrades. So Miller just picked his up. I've had mine for a few months. I've almost got 900 miles on it. And I have been loving it so far. Outback is actually like prime right now. So I used to have a 2021 DS like Miller's, but it was only a turbo R. Woo! Find me another unit to go over whoops doing 80 and just be smooth. So big thing for me, like since I'm a YouTuber, I make YouTube content, YouTube helps pay for the toys. Obviously it helps me afford something like this, but is this thing really worth 10 more grand than that? And I mean the biggest difference, which I'm gonna show you guys right here, like I was saying, the biggest difference is the suspension. Like I'm 72 inches wide, he's 64 inches wide. They still go over these speed bumps pretty much like equal, and the suspension is just phenomenal how it just woo woo woo, it just spider legs right across everything. I honestly wasn't that dissatisfied with my old one when I had the narrow track. Oh, you were like getting thrown around? I was perfectly still that whole time. So in the 64, you were getting tossed around, and this, I was just boop, 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 boop. I was just chilling the whole time. That's wild. I was literally saying like, I mean, the suspension is big, like that is comfortable, but this is like riding on a cloud. Especially, so this is a Smart-Shox version that is not. And basically the Smart-Shox, I've got buttons that are Sport Plus, Sport, and Comfort. And that adjusts like how much rebound I have with the suspension. Here, let's do another pass. Like I'm doing 25, I'm pretty stable. Like I mean it's tossed me a little bit, but I feel pretty stable. Miller said he was getting tossed around. As far as like comfortability, like yeah, this thing is way better than that, but that thing is still like top tier compared to most side-by-sides. You really felt like you were bouncing around? I mean, I was pretty stable. I'm gonna have to get in there one day. Actually, I'll probably get in after this and just watch him ride around. Yeah, I mean, the whole side-by-side's kind of bouncing up and down. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I wouldn't say it's worth 10 grand. Now, I mean, at 70, I was getting bounced around, but it was still smooth and I had full control. As far as like drifting, I feel way more stable and in control. Like those things just get tippy because they're so narrow that they catch edges and can just flip unless you're like fully committed into the drift. That's another thing I didn't think about. Since I've got longer A-arms, I have more travel up and down, but I also have way better shocks. Like yours are the Fox 2.0s, I think. These are the Fox 3.0s. So that's a hell of a difference. But as far as like, all right, so for 25 grand or 35 grand, we have the same horsepower, both turbo R's at 200 horsepower. We have the same clutch. I come with 32s. These are different wheels and tires. He comes with 30s. I've got bead locks. He does not. I've got the fang lights in the front. He does not. I've got harnesses, which I love. He does not have harnesses. Mine came with a roof. His did not come with a roof. I'm the wider stance. I have the Smart-Shox, and what else is different between these two? And then the only other thing I can think of is I have a bigger dashboard, which is very nice. I do like having that bigger dash, the display, but it's not, yeah, it doesn't tell you anything different. This one tells you the same stuff, just on a smaller dash. And then other than that, I mean, I have a front locker. He has a front locker, I think. So that's the thing on the new 22s. They all come with a front locker if they're the Turbo RR. Neither of them came with winches. We put winches on both of them. I've got a bumper. I've done lower control arms. I've done tie rods. I've done rock sliders. He's done tree kickers. He's done a half windshield. I need to do one. He's done mirrors. I need to do those as well. And then up in the back, we both have radius rods. We both have pull plates. I think that's it really for upgrades. Oh, and I also have a handbrake. But I can come in hot with that handbrake and just and lay it out, which is super fun. Yeah, let's ride around. Let's kind of work our way back to the truck for him. Luke's got to get going. It's actually his anniversary, so drop it down in the comments and congratulate him for sticking with his girl. You break up the next day. Puts that in the video and she's pissed at you. Oh yeah, I'm almost on my 2-year anniversary for YouTube. September 9th. You guys will probably be seeing this video like late August, so like another 2 weeks. And we're almost at 150K. We'll be very close to 150,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome to think about. But to be fair, I feel like in the second year I have not pushed as hard. Alright, one thing I'm pissed off with my side-by-side right now is my cutout has been getting muddy, so the little electronic valve thing is wearing out, and so it sounds like it's halfway open, which for audio purposes sounds like shit. But yeah, so almost 2 years on YouTube. Like, do you feel like we've accomplished a lot in 2 years? Yeah. I feel like we could have done more, but like, year one, we did a lot. I've just been so busy with work. But if you guys are just watching this video because of the thumbnail and title and like you're thinking about buying a Can-Am, I do YouTube part-time. This is like, look, welcome to my channel if you've never seen it before, but I do a lot of off-road content, some side-by-side stuff. Okay, Miller. Okay. Side-by-side stuff, four-wheeler stuff, mudding. Sometimes we get in some dirt bike content. It really just depends on what I've got and what I've got going on. Really, my biggest passion lately has become side-by-sides. I just have so much fun romping these. I feel like I'm a little freaking rally car driver. It's something that's like, don't get me wrong, these things are expensive, but it's a I mean, any racing sport is expensive, but it's a semi-reasonable way to get into going fast, drifting, hauling ass. Like, for 25 grand, you can get into a side-by-side like that where you can mob over dunes at 80. I feel like 25 grand isn't a crazy amount of money to get into being able to go 80 miles an hour off-road. If you think about it that way, like 25 grand is a lot of money, but to be able to go 80 miles an hour off-road. All right, so you can go, exactly, you can go off-road like rock crawling or whatever in a Jeep. You can be 35 grand into a brand new Rubicon. I think they're for like 50 grand. Like, for a Rubicon, these have lockers front and rear. They have better articulation. They're going to do everything smooth. The only thing they don't have is AC and a freaking roof over your head, but you're going fast, so you're staying cool. Side-by-sides are expensive, but what they offer, like the price point, really, if you think about it, in comparison to like a trophy truck or a Jeep or a Baja vehicle or sand rail or anything like that, or even like a four-wheeler. If you had to buy 2 4-wheelers for 2 people, that's where a side-by-side is going to be about the same price. So I don't think that they're like out of touch, out of reach of expense.
Still a lot of money, but
still, yeah, there's still a lot of money. But if you had to do it again, would you spend 10 more grand and buy what I have, or would you buy what you have?
I think for my needs and not needing, you know, top of the line stuff, and that way I can build it up and spend that little bit more money, like upgrade it and stuff like that, then I think I'd still go with my unit. That's a big difference. So he's 25 grand into it, I'm 35 grand. That's before any upgrades. Now, if you have equal upgrades, I mean, I probably have 10 grand in upgrades in mine. You probably have 5 grand in upgrades already. And so you're at 30, I'm already at 45, and like, I don't have much more to show for another 15 grand. All right, let's get back in these side-by-sides. I'm gonna jump into Miller's side-by-side. I've never ridden in it. I kind of know what to feel for, but I've never really ridden passenger. Yeah, you're gonna drive me around. I think my biggest word of advice for like what side-by-side you should get, if you've never had one, I would do what I did. I would buy a DS first, the narrow one, the cheaper one. Get used to it and get good in it. Hold on, let me. So I would get used to it, get good in it, keep that thing for a year or two, and sell and upgrade to one of these. Because then you can really get comfortable and like fully learn how to drive one of those first before you hop into something like this, where you really don't use all the features, because if you're new. Now, if you've had some before and you can afford this, I would go for this unit. I mean, there is a lot of perks. I don't think I would ever buy a DS again. I don't not like them, but there's things about this that I really do like. I like the stability. I like the shocks. I like how it handles. Ah! I like getting hit in the face with sand. So yeah, I mean, I think it really just comes down to choice, but I mean, I've done both ways. I've owned both, but we are going to get in that. I'm going to let you know what I think about the 22, because I did have a 21. They had a little bit of differences, and I'll let you know those in a second. I'm parking this biatch on the trailer. I'm about to come in hot. Told you I was coming in hot. I just scared the shit out of Luke. We were looking right at the tree doing 40. All right, let me change out this GoPro battery and hop in with him. All right, we're gonna jump in Miller's X3. Give you the rundown of what he thinks and what I think. What are we doing? Besides hopefully not getting stuck. We're getting stuck? I have a winch now, it's okay.
I know, but if you get stuck, and we gotta come get mine.
Oh, you're right, we got a long trek back.
We got a long walk. I feel like this thing takes off better. That's why you get the skinny model. Oh, that's one thing I never even talked about. If you're riding tight trail and like you're not an off-road park, I'd much rather have one of these. Like when I go to PA or Jersey, if you ride real tight trails, this thing's ideal. I can fit through pretty much everything on mine, but I still like get caught. I have a little chainsaw that I keep with me on mine, and I've had to cut trees down literally to get that through tight ass trails. But anyway, I hope that gives you guys enough information. I think we're gonna hit you guys with an update on a road trip that me and Miller are taking coming up. We get to go see some of our favorite YouTubers. We're gonna start out going to Bristol for Cletus McFarland's Freedom 500 race, which me and him are psyched about. Not that we're competing, but we get to catch up with Cletus again. We're friends with them. We're friends with a handful of their friends, but also a handful of other YouTubers that are gonna be there that we're stoked to hopefully have the opportunity to meet and talk to. And the fact that we get to kind of hang out in the pit area and like be a part of it, definitely something we're stoked for. So be on the lookout for that. Those videos will start in 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to kind of edit on the go and like post as we're on the trip. Really, honestly, I'm glad me and Miller came here today because I'm trying to bunker down and get back into posting more. Like I said, I'm coming up on that 2-year anniversary. My goal was 150K by 2 years. Guys, I'm gonna close out my video. If you want to catch the rest of me and Miller's talk, we're gonna mob around Outback for probably another 45 minutes and shoot the shit. So go check out his video. His channel is MC Production Garage, and be on the lookout, oh shoot, for both of our videos. So yeah, if you guys want to check out the rest of that video, drop down, let me know what you think. What would you buy, the $25,000 machine or the $35,000 machine? But anyway, catch Miller's video, and oh shit, Miller! Tell me I didn't bend a freaking A-arm right there. Oh, fuck. All right. Shit. Well, Miller, I'm sorry.